So the original founders of this company, so the original founding fathers of this company that you were conned into thinking was something else other than what it was. Conned you. People are conning you. They told you this was a country, and then they didn't teach you what a country was. So they've been able to pass off a company as some other fictional thing in your mind, some other fictional type of God. Now, this thing is all out of whack, all out of order. If we are to continue on, it has to be revamped from beginning to end. You can't just put a band-aid here and a band-aid there. You have to go to the source of what is causing the wound or sore. The source of a sore is in the bloodstream. The effects show up as a sore. If you put alcohol on it and slap a band-aid on it like they've been doing, you're dealing with effects. The cause is being caused by something in the blood. We have to go back into the blood and fix this stuff. They say freedom of religion is part of this system, but I see a religion that is forced on everyone. What Christianity is embedded into the company. In other words, the founders and their belief system have made it part of the company, and it's supposed to be separation of church and state. Okay, so you can't have "in God we trust" on your currency and have separation of church and state. What about all those other people who don't follow that line of belief? In the national anthem, once again forcing everyone to their faith. The Pledge of Allegiance, once again. So a primitive belief system from thousands of years ago, felt followed by primitive people from 1,000 years ago, from hundreds of years ago, has been forced on everyone. So I can continue on with this list. On the currency, in the Pledge of Allegiance, in the national anthem, over and over and over, one primitive belief system by one small group has been shown favoritism. The laws are slanted toward a certain race and slanted against other races. So you have racist laws, the thing that's supposed to protect people from racism, revamped everybody. Or we just came back and let it collapse. We don't do anything to save it. We don't have to destroy it, but we would want to salvage. It's a lot of good stuff in there, man. You don't want this company to crash. It'll be a loss, man. The whole world should cry. That's not necessary because a lot of good, strong people have put a lot into this wicked thing. So you can't really call it wicked because nothing is completely anything. So it's all illegal by its own laws, by company laws and bylaws. In other words, the things you're taught as laws are bylaws of a company. The company is in error. it is breaking its own rules and laws. In other words, the company is insane. It has a conflict inside of it. Can't make a rule and then make a rule against that rule. One of the causes of insanity, main causes, is conflicting thoughts in the subconscious mind. That's what the company has. So the company's head is insane. Alright. Basically, the rules of separation between church and state have been broken. Now it's up to the people what to do about it. it you see, a company has to be built on tangibles, tangible facts, products, services, and things that can actually be moved. This is the nature of a company, a business. Our church does not. It can believe in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, or the Tooth Fairy if it wants. It doesn't have to be based on science or fact. Whether you like it or not has nothing to do with is. Alright? A company has to be, its methods have to be confirmed and have been confirmed. Industrial methods have been confirmed. Governmental methods have been used over time and confirmed and done. God has not been confirmed, nor have any of these religions been confirmed. They are not fact, they are not science, they are not tangible. Now, some may believe that they're true and may have faith. All right, but let me try to explain to you, okay, about a company and its product. What we say we're giving here, freedom, opportunity, all is here. We can't ask people to believe in our product, have faith in our product, and we can't show our product or demonstrate our product, or they can't touch our product, see our product, or hear our product, or nothing. But we want them to believe our product is the best and give us money based on an invisible product that they can't see, hear, touch, or taste, or do anything with. See how it works? A company is not a church. Can't give you an empty box. We give you an instruction booklet for the product, right? But there's nothing in the box. Well, there's no such thing as nothing, but there's only air in the box. We can't give you a picture of the product. We can't tell you what it looks like. We can't tell you how it works. We can't tell you anything. All right? We have never touched the product ourselves or actually used the product ourselves. But believe, believe. And we give credit for our product doing all the things that have been done. We can't show proof that our product has done anything. This is what I'm saying. No one's going to buy that. No one's going to buy a car they have to believe in and have faith is there that they can't touch or smell or hear. You can tell them all the glories of a car. You can do whatever. Imagine them. All right, we keep telling them, your car is coming, your car is coming, your car is coming. If they don't see any car, so you got to have faith. Your car is coming. Your car is coming and it's going to take you everywhere you got to go and stuff. You just have to believe. No, it doesn't work like that. Churches can get away with that. A company can't, especially a company this big. We can't run the company like a church. We can't run it anything. We can't do any of the things the church do. So it has to come off the money. It has to come out the anthem. All right. It has to come out the pledge. All right. You're losing your big bulk of people. All right. A big bulk of people who don't aspire to that particular belief system. All right. They're not going to cherish your money. They're not going to say your pledge, and they're not going to sing your anthem. And you can call it what you want, but it's insane for you to ask them to. when you put rules in place saying they don't have to, that they can sing and worship what they want, that they don't have to worship what you worship. This is what you said in your invitation. But when people arrive at the shores, or when the people here see a different story than the brochure that we've been sending out to the world doesn't like that. The product has to match the picture on the box. You know, people feel ripped off when they see this big product on a box and they open the box up and it's mostly padding and they have a little dinky product inside. They really get peed and send it back. They're tired of being conned. They want to have what they saw in the commercial. Okay, selling people a bill of goods has been going on 400 years around here. Okay, selling lies and charging them for it. It's not about destroying anything. Okay, it's about holding up to the promises and the pledges and the things that we make. Got this big theme. It sounds so good when you say it, when you think about it, when you picture it. But face it, people, it's not real. It's not the life we're living. The picture that we sell each other and the world about our great country. Man, everybody gets up every day complaining. They party on payday and it wears off fast as the money wears off. And as the money gets lower and lower and thinner, the partying gets less and less. You got a lot of peed off people out there. Okay? They can't make ends meet. They're doing things they don't understand why they did it. Blame it on the deceased, blame it on the founders or whatever. But it's time for upgrades and improvements. Now, I was under the impression this was what everybody was doing all these years. And all I see them is making more paper. All right? More paper, more regulation, more rules for people that have been overregulated anyway. The whole secret to success is keep it simple. This has been proven over and over time. Keep it simple. The simpler it is, the easier it works, the faster it moves in everything. This is business. This overcomplicating that has went down over these hundreds of years has to be reversed. Okay? Best way to do that is go back to scratch when there was no rules. And then start reinserting them one by one. One. Just like the minds of the people managing and running have to be checked and scanned and monitored or screened. Every law now has to be rechecked, scanned, and screened, and see is it to the benefit of the people or a particular party. It cannot be enforced until it has been screened, and no one can take office until they have been screened. You want everybody in the process, but you want to exclude people. You want to have closed communities and gated communities and borders, divisions of people, and tell them we're all one for all and all for one. This has to stop. Okay? Racial lines, racial laws. It's not the promise. So either we're going to hold them to the promise or we're going to do something new. We're going to make something completely new and keep the promise ourselves. Because the promises are good. Some of the claims are good. The thoughts and intentions are good. Just a bit outdated. You can't have the number 2 cause of insanity in the world incorporated into your thing and there don't be a lot of craziness going on. It doesn't need a million explanations. Someone not thinking right should not be the head or in charge of anything. So we don't need leaders who believe in unicorns. Just for you who don't know, there is no such thing as a unicorn. Nowhere. Some goat with birth defect with one horn doesn't count. There is no unicorns. There are none. Collecting these mythical creatures and all that, hey, can turn into a mental problem. A desire to really have one, own one, find one, believe they are real. So, a group of criminals on a second chance move turned on the people who gave them the second chance, mutinied, overtook those people, ran them out of here, and started their own thing. When you got crooks creating things, there's going to be things that are crooked. We want to straighten out things. See, that's the opposite of crooked. So anyone with objections, it's self-incriminating that they're crooked. They don't want things straight, they're crooked. Or crazy. Either way, they're out of there. No one wants a crooked accountant. No one wants a crooked anything. They don't want a crooked maid, crooked gardener. My mom stopped hiring handymen because they always came back trying to steal something later. They're tired of garages and auto mechanics who fix one thing and fix something else where it'll break down in a couple weeks and you'll be back. They're tired of pest controls who are really feeding chemicals that makes the bugs multiply. You know, so that they'll be back. They have methods. Everyone seems to want to go crooked. Why? They're doing it to me. Sort of like the price raising. Someone raises their costs, they have to raise their prices and their costs, which raises yours and the chain reaction. Well, hey, if they're being crooked by crookeds, sooner or later they all break down and they go crooked too. You know, they start charging an extra penny. They start charging in California. CRV is 5 cents for everything under 20 ounces and 10 cents for everything over 20 ounces. Now, some of these people charge 25 cents CRV, 17 cents CRV, all kinds of things, man. And no one's looking. That's crooked. The weights and measures aren't looking at the recycling people. They're crooked. Okay? They have little loopholes in there that are not being checked, such as we can deduct a certain amount from the actual weight and what we owe you for soil and dirt and debris. Okay? And they use that little hole to gyp you out of your money. You can bring in sparkling brand new bottles and they'll still gyp you. See, you can look at the price on the sign and you can look at the scale and you can look at your receipt. You're going to see things. And when you asked about them, this is what they're going to tell you. Everyone has a scam. No one's happy with the 40% profit that businesses made for hundreds of years. They want to make 300% profit. You know, I got kids to go to college. I want you to pay for my kids going to college, all the new cars that I get every year. I want you to pay for all my home upgrades. I want you to pay for everything. But I want to keep all my money in the bank and not spend any of it. And I want you to restock my business. See, greed has been nurtured. Everyone knows that any lawyer can beat the law. So the better that the lawyer is, the chances are that he can beat any law or any case. The law is flawed. It was made by flawed people. For you to think that law is supreme, like it's a god or something, is insane. It's just some words written on dead sheets of tree. They're the thoughts of men, made up by men, off of wise thoughts of other men. Basically, they plagiarized the Bible to create this thing and their rules and their constitutions, and these documents you think sound so poetic. And the Bible plagiarized some tablets. Why are you thinking it's such a great work? It's plagiarism. The Quran was did the same thing to the Bible. Now no one wants to hear this. I didn't make these words up. All you have to do is go check them out for yourself. We're all conning each other, and we're all crying about being conned. See, this is how the process works. I tested it in the laboratory in California. At the time, the thought was, there's no such thing as a friend. There's no such thing as a friend. I have associates. This is the common thought. I entered their life, played the role of what is described as the perfect friend. So no, and I took this excuse from them where they could no longer say I don't have a friend. They could not look me in the face and say that. Okay, one friend led to them being a friend, which led to two friends, which led to them knowing how to be a friend, which led to people trying to get a reputation for being cool and being a good person. Where before the mindset was how tough you was, how bad you was, you didn't know nobody would want nobody to mess with you. I'm a crazy MF. Turned it all around. So when you walk into town, as soon as you get off the freeway in the city of Mercy, you feel something. You don't know what it is, so it might cause fear at first. It's something you're not used to. It's called silence, low volume. It's called I can't feel the predators all around me ready to prey on me, pick my pocket, carjack me, shoot me, kill me. The presence of it is not here. And you keep, when you first come here, you're on guard for it for days and weeks. You're looking over your shoulder, you're looking at everybody, and no one's paying you any attention except for the fact that you're overdressed. You're uncomfortable, and you're standing out, and they're looking at you like a weirdo. This experiment was a success. There is no gang banging going on. There's no neighborhood where this kid bet not walk in because he has these colors on. You show me another place like that in America. You can go to the Royal Midwest and you'll still find them gang banging. Crips, Bloods, all that. They're here. They just don't function like those people's mind function. Their minds function correctly. I have kids. I don't have time for that crap. If you mess with me though, I'm I'm gonna get my friends and we're gonna mess you up really bad. But if you ain't messing with me, I'm not messing with you. That part right there is what's unique. No one's going around trying to start anything. No one's going around looking for anything. Every now and then somebody gets out of jail who was been gone for a while. He's walking around talking all this stuff. You know what he's told by his friends that's supposed to have his back? Look, dude, you need to calm that down, man. Nobody's doing that anymore. Here, take this black hood, man. Here's what it's for. It's so that no one knows who you are. So that you can go visit your baby mama, your kids, your mom, And no one's going to shoot at you. No one's going to hold a grudge on you from the past. They don't know who you are. They aren't actually looking. They probably have on a hood themselves and they don't want you to see it. And when you do see people, we pretend like we don't, as long as they have that hood on. And this is something that hasn't been able to be contained to the city. Nothing we did could be contained here. This stuff is spreading like a wildfire. Colors are all the way to the other end of the valley. You know, basic, it's gray. You know, none color. You know, it's not black, it's not white. So while you're sitting there trying to promote racism, create racist institutions, racist laws and rules and ways of living, we successfully show that we can counter everything that you've done. If you come here with some supremacist mentality or some racist mentality or fists in the air talking that power crap, people are going to look at you like you're dumb because their mind's been optimized. They see things clearer. They don't see things like you see them. They see a dead tree for a dead tree in all its forms and shapes. You see lumber and paper and wood, fences, cabinets. They see those things, they just see them in a proper perspective now. You're not aware that your relationship's a game. They are. You are not aware of the world you live in and how it really works. They are. They're different now. It's like a chain reaction, just like you can spread mental illness through the eye and the ear. So is the cure. So is the purple pill been administered. It's been administered through the eye and the ear. And it is spread. It is worse than airborne. Okay? It is thought born. You can't kill an idea. You can shoot the person down who started it. It will not stop the idea. I'd probably be dead right now if it could. You know, because everybody isn't happy about the things I'm saying and doing, the things we are saying and doing. Everyone's not happy about it. Like we said before, we're going to keep on doing it because we told you before, if we solved all sickness on earth, the medical profession will have a nerve to be mad about it because they'll be out of work. If we stop death on earth, the funeral homes will have a problem. Okay? And so there's always going to be someone who have a problem with everything you do, even doing the right thing, because there's people who make money off what is wrong, what is wicked, what is negative, what is undesirable. Okay, there's always going to be people who make money off of that stuff. Okay, so money is the problem. Worshiping of a tree, that's what money is. Tree worship. Worship of most things is tree worship. Most things, your clothing, your furniture, most things are made from some plant. Okay, your plastics and all of this. So when you worship these things, you are worshiping a tree. And you need to do some research on tree worship and where that started and what it means, and that it's serious. And it's deeply rooted in things that are right in your face, like the Christmas tree. You tell me what that has to do with Jesus, Christianity, or anything. You tell me how the Christmas tree got in Christmas. Because it's tree worship. It started by lighting candles and putting them on a tree to regenerate a spirit. A spirit of a person who was supposed to be a god, but turned out to be just a man who went splat. And the greedy people around this man, fear of losing power, concocted this whole story about he was still a living spirit And every year you could recharge his spirit by putting these candles on this tree. And this man is the inventor of money. So on the day when you worshiping that tree on his birthday, because it's not Jesus' birthday, money flows like no other day of the year, like it flows on the inventor's birthday of money. That's who you're celebrating. Now, are you or are you not being led by people who are deceiving you on every level? Is the only question to ask yourself to decide whether you need to be one, you be one of the ones. Not or that not is that person or that group of people doing something to you. Is it every time you turn around, everything's a lie? Everything you thought you knew, now you don't know it anymore. And it's not a good feeling. You want to get to the other side. Back to, you want to get to, now I know. Now I know for sure. I'm glad I know for sure in my lifetime, because the first thing that's going to hit your head, and I know from experience, is all the people who must have died without knowing what you know. And the waste of someone living their entire life never knowing anything about life, never knowing anything about themselves or the truth. Lived their whole entire life living lies and died and never knew what you got an opportunity to know. It's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. You're going to feel sad for them. You're going to feel real bad for them. And it's a thought you didn't expect. You only care about other people when you're experiencing the experience, a shared experience. It's something they experienced, or you have experienced already something that they're experiencing. You associate your suffering with their suffering. You can, you know they were in pain because you hurt. You have the mental ability now to put yourself in their shoes because they're standing in your previous shoes. So in your mind, you can get back in those shoes and know exactly how they feel. So it's a company. It's not running right. We got to Lee Coca it, as I call it, because I liked it the way he turned Chrysler around. I had to give him a hand clap for that one. This is what has to be done to the company, to the country, as you call it. If you feel more comfortable calling it the country than a company, go ahead. If you feel more comfortable calling it government than management, go ahead. Whatever's your comfort level is what you have the right to will, and whatever you will, nothing can stop your muscles from executing your will unless you let someone put up walls and fences around you, and then you can still hurdle those and climb those or knock them down. So, everything you know that was wrong isn't the things you learned yourself, they are the things that you were told. Every lie was told to you. You don't learn a lie, you don't find out a lie. A lie is passed on to you, infection, communicated to you, all right, given to you. And they use language to do it with. Something that is not even natural to our species. I know you don't know that, but it's not natural to our species, our sound. Our species' natural sound game is we hear a sound, we've seen that thing before, that sound puts an image of that thing. Everything makes, every sound supposed to give you an image of what is making the sound. Language does not work like that. Language is a bunch of made up sounds and made up associations between things with those sounds, made up by a person. different people in different lands where you got all these sounds for the same thing is it slows down the thought process. You hear an elephant, you see an elephant in your mind. You're not supposed to see the word elephant in your mind. That's another note on language. It, this note is about laws that are illegal, actions that are illegal. You cannot pass a law making people go to an institution that is doing them harm. You can't make a person go to somewhere and learn lies. You can't pass laws like that. You're insane if you think you can. You can't pass laws that make private citizens have to do business with any particular business, even the power company. So you can't tell them if you have no power, you can't stay in your house. That's illegal. That's you don't have the right to do that to people, and that's not enforceable. You can't make someone leave private property because they're not doing business with PG&E or whatever the power company in your area or country. You're gonna demand they do business with these people. Why not say if you don't shop at Walmart, you can't live in this city? And tell people they can't live in their house if they don't get their power from these people. That's what I'm saying. It's crooked. It's crooked. Crooks are using leverage to do business. But when I get in office, they're going to try to keep me from running my businesses because some of the laws that I work on, I benefit from too. Not I just benefit, but there's going to be a couple of bills and things passed in California in which I probably will to be the biggest, the one who gains the most because my company is the one handling it. What I'm saying is, if we build the biggest tower in the world in California and my construction company has the job, of course I'm going to make money. Just because I'm the governor don't mean that I already remember I'm the first homeless guy to get to any of these offices. I know about being broke and powerful and all that at the same time. No, 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 no. Whoever you are, you can come debate me on this issue. I don't think it's a good rule. I think that if they stand to gain something, they're more they're more likely to do something for that entire industry that they're in while they're in office. And just like groups have different people in office at different terms, different industries and different races should have their turn at bat just so they know that they get their interests in. That's the reason the process is set up like it has, so everybody gets served in a circular manner, in a rotation manner, allows people to put their people in, people who definitely have their interests in mind. Stop all the lying. Everyone's trying to get someone in there who cares about their interests. They don't mind if they care about your interests too, but they only really care about are they serving their interests. Everyone needs to get honest with this thing now. All this backdoor lobbying and underhanded crap. No one respects the machine anymore, not even the people in it. Those are the people who are the whistleblowers. The people who work at sauce factories tell you don't eat the sauce. People that work at butcher meat companies tell you you should not eat that stuff. Everywhere that someone works, they warn you against where they work. Sounds like a traitor or nope, it's a whistleblower telling their friends the truth. They don't tell the world. They only tell the people they care about. So now you need someone who cares about everyone to blow the whistle. And I guess this round, this life, the ones are your huckleberries. They're the ones. They're gonna call them many things. Anonymous, many worthy causes, you know, many servants. All. So, I've pointed over the fence and I'm coming up to bat. I don't want to do what the previous have done. There won't be any surprises, no trickery, me doing things that I should not do, and to hell with the rules. I'm making it clear how I feel about the rules and everything. This isn't a man thing, an I thing. It's me. I have fortunes to make and fame and everything. This is a almost a detour. I'm taking the time out to help my state from what I want to do with my last years. Taking time out to help my country from what I really want to do with my last years. I'm taking time out to help my world with what I want, but it's not exactly what I want to do. It's something that has to be done so that the things I want to do are easier to achieve. In a better world, it's easier to achieve better things. I don't have any ulterior motives. This is why I speak the way I speak. It's why you're listening to these tapes instead of some guy behind a podium watching your eyes and your face and your response and changing his dialogue to try to work the audience. No, this is all pre-recorded. It's all ready. 9 times out of 10, I'm still recovering from serious myofascial and oral surgery. These words are just as real. Look at the look in my eye. I'm serious. They're my words. It's just that I was having some serious speech impediments due to injuries and other problems. So I might not be the most articulate. I might not have the most authentic sounding acting voice. I might not be projecting the way that a man's supposed to project. I might not be coming across like a Baptist preacher. I might not be playing some John Wayne role. I might not be doing all these things right now because I'm not acting. So it may sound a little nonchalant and blasé, as they say. It's not that there's no feeling in it. There's not supposed to be any. I'm trying to keep from sounding angry about all of this because that's the closest anger and sad. These are the emotions attached to the things that I'm saying. Can't be happy about them till we get to the other side. I can be enthusiastic because I'm on the case, and we're gonna do this. We gotta get our respect back. That's the bottom line. In order to be respected, you have to be respectable. I can't put it no more simpler than that.